So I think we are waiting for Sam. In the meantime, we are waiting for Sam. Let me introduce you a little bit about myself. I'm Chantal Balestri. I'm the artistic director of the Louisiana International Music Festival. I'm also the co-founder, and we founded this 3 years ago. And since then, it was happening in the beautiful Louisiana, which is the north part of Tuscany. And so if you've never been there, it's a north part of Pisa, and it's a very beautiful area because it's in between mountains, the beach. And so we were traveling all around, giving concerts. Last year we had 18 concerts, for example, while every student who is a pianist or a singer or playing a string instrument, we were having lesson every day with our faculty members from very renowned music school around the world, from New York City, like Metropolitan Opera, to Asia, like Hong Kong, to Europe, and the main orchestra like in Frankfurt, in London, and many different ones. So they were coming to the live edition, but this year, for the COVID situation, unfortunately, we cannot make it happen totally in live. We will have some concerts. We will have some live concerts, but we will need to move all the lessons, all this kind of activities, also our awards, because we were offering a competition online. So this is basically what we do. And this year, and we wanted also to highlight some of our alumni. So if you are interested in knowing more about this festival, this is the perfect occasion to see from a person who participated how was the experience. And also you will get to know more about the person who are coming to our festival. And please feel free to write comments. I see everything you are writing. I see some people saying hello, a lot of people. So nice to see you here. So if you have any question, please do. And I will say to Sam, so we will do like this. Now, let me add Sam with him. Just a few seconds, but he needs to accept the invitation to join. And when we are ready to go. Hello, Sam.
Hello. How are you, Chantal? Great to see you.
See you. It's a long time.
Yeah, it's been a
I
long time, hasn't it?
uh,
Yeah, you see, it's full in size. So yeah, it's been a long time. How are you? How's everything been?
That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm in it. I actually, for the people who don't know, I am from Lunigiana, the place where the festival is from. So I'm right now in Lunigiana, so in Italy, when
Oh
usually
wow.
actually live in.
Hmm.
What about Sam? Tell us, where are you now?
Yeah. Well, right now, I've been in quarantine in Brooklyn, New York, in USA, and yeah, what's been consisting of my life is basically practicing music and, going on bike rides and, all that sort of stuff that I can do within this sort of quarantine phase. So, yeah, that's what's been really, up to.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about you. I actually didn't really introduce you. So Sam
Right.
actually is a young singer. Is a 18 years old. He's a bass baritone. He just started the college right now in Cincinnati, right?
Correct. Yeah. So, yeah, well, I just finished my freshman year. I'm at the College Conservatory of Music at the University of Cincinnati, CCM. Yes, I study with bass baritone Ken Shaw. And yeah, I'm in the middle of my vocal performance degree, and yeah, that's pretty much what's been that's me. And I've won some competitions here and there, including the competition in Louisiana, and uh, yeah, and my I just finished doing a coaching and performing a full role of Leporello in Mozart's Don Giovanni. So I just finished that, so now I'm just fresh off that performance. And yeah, that's what's pretty much been. That's me, I guess.
That's great. it's online, how it work, or you did it before the COVID situation?
Right. So originally, it was so who was with it was with Luke Hausner. He's a vocal coach at AVA in Philadelphia, and he hosts these opera workshops every summer. And so originally, before the whole COVID situation happened, I was supposed to do it in person in Minneapolis. But of course, given the situation that we're in now, he decided to move it online. And
Hmm.
so yeah, basically, it worked pretty well, to be honest, uh, for it being online. That can come with its many challenges, but the recitativo was, we were able to do that, and then we kind of just pre-recorded all the piano accompaniment, and we had a show. So that's how it was.
Amazing. Yeah, this is actually a very good example of what does it mean making some hearts online. This is the way we are trying to do with the festival, to move everything online. So it's absolutely great to hear about successful experiments, online. So I'm very
Mhm.
glad that you had to have this experience. I'm very happy for you. So,
Thank you. I
okay.
appreciate that.
So yeah, so very nice. And today, as I said, we are here because we really wanted to speak with an alumni, and you are a very good alumni in the sense, but you have been with us since the beginning, so you have very big overview of everything, how it was for you and everything. So I would like to know for you how, if you want to speak a little bit, how was your experience to Indiana? First of all, how you got to know about it, how you wanted to go there.
Hmm. Well, of course, yeah, I'd love to speak about it. So basically, how I heard about the Lunigiana Music Festival was through my voice teacher, my past and sometimes current when I'm here in New York, Christine Moore Vassallo. She's also a member of the voice faculty at the music festival, and so she told me about it, and she said, "Listen, there's this newly just started uh, music festival, and and it was tell me about how it's in a small town in northern Tuscany in Luggiana. I didn't know much. I mean, it was for me when I first started, it was kind of nerve-wracking because the last time I've been out the country and my only time was when I was 6 years old, and so I don't really remember much of being outside of the United States. So that was definitely exciting for me. Uh, yeah, so that's how I heard about it, and so when I arrived, it was just I met just a bunch of warm-hearted people. I really felt like I was in an inclusive environment. It was a perfect sort of environment for learning because of the fact that it's such an intimate area of Tuscany and of Italy. Not a small town. And so there's not really much distraction. So it really, helped me, kind of be in that setting for learning, and wanting to, and eagerness to, to learn. And yeah, and my experience, was wonderful. I working with Christine, having voice lessons, almost every day, or vocal coachings, which we had, of course, the past year just now, working with Roberto Barali, I think. Yes, okay, all
Very,
right.
very
I
name.
think so. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but
Yeah.
that was also a great experience, to get some really authentic Italian diction lessons, of course, and also taking Italian as well. That's another thing that was great for me. I kind of felt as if I was not only being taught music wise, but also just as well rounded, with language and also just with interacting with many people from different parts of the world. So I thought that was really amazing. That was kind of what really struck me, uh, being a new person of the festival.
That's absolutely great. That's so nice. Thanks for sharing about it. For people who are joining now, just you can write question and everything. Any comments you want, please. I'm checking the chat all the time, so do. And yes, so let me ask you, what about the Lumidjon itself? How was for you doing the concerts in many different settings? Tell us a little bit the experience you had.
Oh yeah, well, for sure. It was, I mean, it was a great experience. All the venues that we were at the churches, in Veranza, in many parts of Fivizzano was just, it was amazing. The audience, of course, I mean, you've got to really love the Italian audience. You know, they're just so passionate and have such a great love for classical music, and that was really a great experience. You know, because um, you know, it's not necessarily that it's not as greatly appreciated here in the States, but I thought it was just it was you know it really warmed my heart, you know, and also just like seeing a community come together, you know, it made the performance just kind of feel easy for me, you know, anytime I did do one. That was a great experience, honestly. You know, and of course, you and Andrea doing such a wonderful job, you know, setting up all these concerts, you know, great venues, and they were all a great success. I really, you know, I can't. There's nothing really anything I could complain about. You know, it was really good for me, and also just yeah, it just was a sort of just a a different experience for me, and of course, difference. I mean, a good one, you know. So yeah.
That's great. Do you remember a particular performance that was exciting to you that you want to share about?
Oh, well, for sure, yeah. I think probably my most memorable one was for sure has to be the finale concerto, the one in the big church, but you know the one with the competition winners and
Ah,
performing with a live
yeah,
orchestra. I've
sure.
I mean I've done musical theater in high school, whatever, but I've never performed an opera aria or an art song or anything sort of like that in front of a with a big orchestra, you know, and working with a conductor. Um, Leading up to that too was just the coachings with that too. It really helped me kind of shape um, my approaches to to singing and also just to the music itself. That was just really memorable because I mean, I remember being a nervous wreck and and like thinking I wasn't gonna hit the note or whatever the case might have been, but I mean it was just doing that and that especially in that big church and having a full audience, and it was just great. I remember just as soon as I was finished, I did the Count's aria from Le Nozze di Figaro, and that's a really tough aria, especially for a young singer. And I still have trouble with it, and yeah, I mean, I kind of just everything was just like working well that night, and as soon as it's done, I just hear a big sort of applause and roar from the crowd, and it was just I've never had that sort of reaction, and it was really heartwarming, and that was probably really the most memorable performance I can remember or has experienced at the Lunigiana.
Yeah, no, so it's just for the people who don't know or following us for the first time. So just Sam performed in many different kind of performances, and this what he spoke about was the main one because it was the winner of our competition. It's one of the winner in the voice category, and one of the prizes they get to have is performing as a soloist with orchestra. So he had actually this opportunity, and I mean, you were nervous, of course, because it's a very hard aria, but you nailed it, of and so it's normal that people really love that and applauded you a lot. I mean, it was really good. We were happy because also the people were coming. The well was full. The
Mm-hmm.
whole the church was plenty of people, and so we had a lot of support for our artists. And the orchestra also was great. It was made by students of of the Lunigiana as well. We had a guest orchestra coming from Rome, a young musician called the Metamorphosis. It was really good, and I hope. I mean, you are confirming for to me that it was a good experience to you, and I'm very glad to hear about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was a good good is an understatement. It was fantastic. Yeah.
great.
Uh, yeah.
And that's so a little bit more about the competition you did, what you had to do, and how did it work?
Right. So, basically how the competition worked, at least from a voice perspective, was I had to prepare two arias. Basically, what I mean for me, I just wanted to kind of find something sort of contrasting, but also fit in the appropriate repertoire for me. But yeah, I had to prepare that. I just, leading up to the actual competition day, so where we were in front of the adjudicators, I had, many coachings and lessons with both Christine and Roberto, and that was, just really tried to, kind of uh, perfect everything as much as I can, and then basically, I arrived at the venue. I'm not sure. It's the one that
Yeah, say
if you can
so
tell me, yeah.
we have so many different locations all around Fivizzano. I mean, when you go there, it's a small town. You just walk around. There are many different settings. And what was the museum where we did the competition just for boys. Then we did other location for other instrumentation.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Of course. Yes. So one of the locations, yeah, I arrived, and I mean, of course, that's also nerve-wracking because you also know there's three people watching your every move, and really, it's an intense sort of setting. But I mean, of course, the I loved kind of just receiving that sort of feedback too, because I can also get a sense of perspective. So that was also really nice. But yeah, I mean, I did the Count's aria, and I also did Leporello's aria from Don Giovanni, and and it worked well. And also just not only performing it, but also seeing my other colleagues perform too was also a great experience as well. I mean, it was just we had just a tremendous talent pool the last year that we just had, and it was really good. I can't imagine seeing, especially just seeing the progress of just after one year, and the second year just blowing up, and I only expect the best, and it was really set up nice the the competition, the way that it was set up, and yeah, it was that was also a great experience. So many good
Very good.
experiences.
Nice to hear. I see that Christine Moore Vassal, which is who is one of the faculty member of our festival and also a former professor of Sam. I'll say the cave. Maybe she
Yes.
wants to
Oh, yes.
cave.
The
You know?
cave. Oh, the cave. Oh, magical place. Yes. I forget which town was it exactly? In
Yeah, we go to so many places, but we are
yeah,
not the but students remember all the names, which
yeah. I
is
know. I
very.
mean, forgive me for not
The
remembering
name
everything off the
is
top of my head.
Terme, Equiterme.
Equiterme. Of course. How can I
Yes.
forget? Yes, such a magical place. Yes. It's the cave was man, how can I that's also another memorable moment. Thank you for reminding us, Christine. I yeah, so basically it was in a setting of like there's just these massive just rocks everywhere and these waterfalls just coming out. It's just like we I was on our way to the cave, and it's just basically you know there was a cave, and there's you can see in the distance bats flying around. It's pretty cool, especially at night. uh and yeah, I mean, the we got to I remember the first year I got to perform in front of a string quartet, which was a good experience. um yeah, I mean, that's also the acoustics in the cave were also really nice too, because you can kind of just the way that the not the room, but the cave is set up. It kind of just like the room, the sound just bounces off from each other. So it creates a nice sound for the voice, also for the strings. I enjoyed those performances, specifically when we went to Equiterme. Yeah, that was actually, yeah. And
Yeah.
I see Ben Hur uh, saying the "Ooh, laugh," the one that the joke that our viola professor made. Um, what am
Nardo?
I? Not What am I saying? Yes. that was
Yes, where it's
a lot of
interesting.
inside jokes.
Yeah, Aula, yes, because Tivizzano, the main place where the festival is happening, it's very very small town, and there is no train station actually. So the closest
Yes.
train station is in Aula, and so everyone gets to this place. Even we don't organize concerts there, people get to know about it, and so it's kind of a funny name. So it's
Hmm.
understandable you were making a joke around.
Of course,
Yes.
yeah. Good times.
Absolutely. Good. So, Sam, let us know a little bit more. So, you won, we say that, repeat for people who are joining us, you were one of the winners of our competition, and you had to perform as a soloist with orchestra, but this was not just the only awards you got, right?
Right, correct. I shall speak about that. So yes, uh, being a winner of the uh, competition, alongside with Hannah, we I was fortunate enough to sing to win a concert.
Mhm.
Potentially, that was going to be in Bologna, Italy, around actually, this time, with my fellow colleague Manami Aoki, um, Japanese soprano, uh, tremendous sound, of course. That was really it was when I heard the news, I was pretty ecstatic about it, because uh, also just having a joint concert, I think it's to be to be collaborative with people. I think is also a special thing in music, and for unfortunately, due to the circumstances we have now, we couldn't go to Bologna. However, we did have in preparing to the recital, we had a beneficiary concert for to help us with the travel expenses and everything to help us prepare for it. And that was also that we did that in Opera America in Manhattan, New York. So that was we kind of get to have a glimpse of what we were going to do. But that was also, I mean, that was a great prize. Uh, yeah, and to be announced when the actual you know concert will happen. Hopefully, when things get better.
Just to let you know what will happen. It's in a hold right now
No, of
because the
course,
situation.
yeah, yeah, the situation.
Everything in Italy we are starting soon. This is why this summer we are doing some concerts, even with the festival live, because things in Italy are actually going on.
Hmm.
I was at the beach today, as maybe some people can see. So things are going back to normal, and so also the concerts will happen. So, but it's very good. I'm very glad that you, I mean, were awarded with other singers. You could create a duo, which is a nice thing to create this kind of thing, and you had
Oh,
this concert there, and so it was very nice for us seeing you together and collaborating in the start of a future collaboration,
of
and
course,
I
yeah,
hope
and yeah, into
good.
and yeah, for as a representation of the festival too, to see how we two people can meet for just a little while, but what brings them together is music, because there's just that common sort of love for the art form, that brings people together. And yeah, I mean, I mean, that's kind of just what I uh, think the main premise of the festival is. I mean, especially there's so much bad in the world. Of course, is not a sunshine and rainbows, but I think what the the festival entails is you know of course companionship, because we're it takes it's not one person can do it, it takes the support of a bunch of people through this art form, and I think it really conveys that message. The festival does that because we are constantly every day working with each other and collaborating with each other and feeding off of each other's feedback. So I mean, and then a year later, I have a great friend. Manami is a great friend of mine, and I think the um, the festival really was a good foundation for that new sort of connection.
Yeah, that's really good. Yes, I see Christine Moore is writing that there are people from all around the world,
Right.
Lebanon, Japan,
Hmm.
Eritrea, US, Germany, Spain. Yes, we actually have students from every corner. I see Stephanie. She's a violist. She's online as well, following, and she's from South Africa,
Oh,
for example.
Stephanie, good to see
Yeah,
you. Yes, I remember. That's the OG Louisiana people, of course. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So, sorry.
it's very, I mean, another thing, I mean, that I just want to mention, the diversity is just insane at in Louisiana for the festival. Uh, I think it's pretty incredible that one that we can attract, people from just all parts of the world, and to also just to bring people together, of course. Yeah, I mean, Christine, you said it, great. I mean, look at how many countries around the world that people that have come from to the festival. Uh, I mean, I kind of, especially for just, I mean, for being fairly new, of course, this is, I think it's already a great thing that you and Andrea have started, and everyone else that's helped out the festival keep going. I applaud you guys. I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Sam. You're too nice regarding that. Good, good. So you did mention, I mean, people from around the world. So you had now long-lasting also relationship, and this hopefully will lead not necessarily, but also to collaboration for in your career. So this probably the fact that you met Manami, as other people may further this in your future, may help you in furthering your career.
Oh, for
And
sure.
yes, we actually hope that because as we are here now because also for us it's important to value each alumni. We want to stay in touch with you. We want to know about you, what you do after. I mean, it's not just we give you awards and then we wait for next year. No, for us it's very important to have this kind of connection like we have right now.
I
So
appreciate
yeah.
it. Yeah, a ton. Thank you.
Absolutely, and so glad to know that you're doing well. Well, do you want to share something about your future plan, what you're doing right now?
Oh well,
And
yeah. I can throw in something. So yeah, um, for the future, we're the CCM, my college, is doing a production of um, Die Zauberflöte, the Magic Flute, by Mozart. I'll be singing the role of Zarastro alongside with another colleague of mine. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah. The format of it is still to be announced. We don't know because it'll be in February, so it's 7 months from now. But maybe it'll be a live stream. Maybe it'll uh, thinking about there's been talks about it being sort of like a film version, with different angles of the stage, or and ultimately maybe if hopefully if a miracle happens, we can have a live audience. Either way, it will be produced no matter what. So that's pretty much the plans from now. Yes, and also uh, I I wanted to talk about. I'm still considering the this. I think it's an opera workshop. Christine actually just introduced it to me with a bunch of. I think it's the name of. I think Dandelion Opera. I'm not. I think so.
she can
And
write it
Christine,
down.
yes, you can write it down. Yes, it's still fairly new to
Don't
me,
worry,
but
see you.
either way, I still might be doing another online workshop.
Yeah,
So maybe yeah, Dandelion Opera. There we go. Um, so that'll might I'm probably will be doing that as well. Probably going to study the role, of course, as Rasher, get some vocal coachings, and that'll be probably the soonest future plan that I have. But that's pretty much on the agenda from there.
that's absolutely great. I mean, we are doing all of this, and it's amazing how things are anyway working, anyways, beside the situation. So it's good that you're keeping going. And also, this is actually what we are doing. So for the people who don't know, we this year we are not going to do the live. We spoke about the live because it's very important for us because it's the main thing and what makes, let's say, special also the festival is because it's happening in Lunigiana, and this is why we have the name Lunigiana, because it's happening in this part of North Tuscany. And also this is why for this year online edition we decided to include in the application field this year the application field next year. So the people who are applying to the online edition, if they apply today, they are not going to apply again next year. They automatically can just send the application form without paying anything, because we want, like, let's say, having both experience together, because of course this year we need to do online, but next year we really want you to come to see the Lunigiana, how it
Yeah.
is. So
Get the full experience. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the experience online is, if we are going to make it, I mean, different and great. We have a lot of guest artists, very important names. One of the important names for boys, since we are now speaking with you, who are you are a singer. It's for example, Michael Fabiano. We have Lita Garcia, who are both of them from the Metropolitan Opera, and many other important ones. So we are going to have this kind of webinars with them. We are going also to have a series what is going to be published soon about leaders in the music world, speaking about management, education, everything you need to know if you want to, let's say, manage your career by also yourself in a certain way and find your way in this world, which is
Hmm.
not always the easiest path to do.
Of
And
course.
so we are to do all of this kind of experience. So of course the what we are doing this year is connected to the next edition. So yeah, Sam, I just thank you so much for your time. I really appreciated that. And I mean, we are going to be in touch
Of course.
in general, and I really wish you the best in the future for your career, for your future and engagement right now, both in online and then live, of course,
Hmm.
because we need to go live, and then we will be in touch for your concert in Italy once we can make.
Once we get situated, yes, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
So we
it's been a pleasure. Yeah. No, sorry. I was just saying. I mean, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. And of course, I wish the best of luck for the fest for the online workshop. I'm almost guaranteed it'll be a success. I know how hard you guys work to put things together, and I'm sure it'll be great. And I can't wait to see some of it.
Thank you so much, Sam. That's really nice for you. I just want to say quickly that if you have any questions, uh, I'm here and now. You can comment right now if you want to ask anything about to Sam regarding this experience journal. If you want to ask me about the edition this year, just a quick reminder: you can still apply. So if you're a pianist, if you are a singer, if you are a string player, violin, viola, and cello, and also for perform chamber music group. I know that it's hard in some part of the world still. It's hard doing chamber music together, but in other country, chamber music is still it's possible right now to do. So if you are thinking to apply, the festival is happening July 23rd to August 2nd for 10 days. We have master classes every single day. We have the full schedule on the website. So just go on the website. It's very easy, www.lumigianamusicfestival.com. And what you need to do to apply is just send the application form, and then the application fee, which is €100 for soloist and €40 for each member of the chamber music group. Basically, it's like that. And then tuition free, completely tuition free. And then you will have access to everything. And you will have the possibility to be selected also for more than 10 awards. In Europe and United States mainly, and there are kind of concerts, there are scholarships, there are recordings opportunities. So we have many kind of different opportunities. And if you are thinking about that, just take in mind that the deadline is July 10th, so it's happening quite soon. So
Why
it's
now? I heard you guys. You won't. It'll be life changing. Trust me. It's worth every second of every day. Trust me, you guys.
thank
You won't be disappointed.
Sam. I see a lot of nice comments from your family, probably saying lovely
Oh
cousin, a lot of
yes,
good
yes. cousins and siblings and everything. Thank you guys. My greatest fans. Appreciate it, guys.
Good. So yes, I don't see any question right now, but I think we said everything what was important. Anyway, I'm always available for any question. Please write to our Instagram page, to our Facebook page as well, Norwegian International Music Festival, to our email, which is on our website info@norwegianmusicfestival.com. So we're always here to reply. We have not just me, but our faculty staff members. Really nice. We're always there. So thank you. And thank you, Sam, again so much for being here. It was a big pleasure. And yeah,
Thank you.
thank
I appreciate it.
everyone for being here as well.
It's been a pleasure. I appreciate it. Nice talking to you, Chantal. Hoping for the best. I'm sending my love from the U.S. Love you.
And me, Italy, to everyone, and to you in Brooklyn.
Thank
Ciao,
you. I
Sam.
appreciate it. Ciao.